We're just a few days away from the spring equinox, and as the days get longer, our appetites get bigger. Today we satiate our desire for dessert with 3 Japanese sweets. Let the sun shine in because it's time for You Tried Dat. You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Novak, the pal Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Well, guys, it was time for me to get checked to see if there was sperm seen after the vasectomy.
Yeah, as one does. You know, the spring equinox is coming up, and you need to jack off in a cup. That's what happens.
Is it like the groundhog? Like if he comes out and sperm is seen, then there's
Right.
Then there's 2 more babies on the way.
8 more weeks of insemination.
9 more months of pregnancy.
You probably had to deal with this too, but you have to get a sample to the lab within 1 hour.
Oh yeah,
right? Like
it's not easy.
1 hour. So I just called the place that they put on their sheet, go to use this lab or whatever. And I look and it's 30 minutes from my house.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, okay, that's cutting it a little close. And then they said,
You jacked off in the parking lot? That's what I did. No?
I called them and I said, I need to set up an appointment to drop this off. Because they said to call. There was no just walk in. They said, okay, your appointment's at 8:45. Come at 8:30. And not come to the hospital.
Ejaculate at 8:30.
I'm like,
I will watch.
Okay, now you just fucking took another 15 minutes off my time span.
We need that fresh 8:30 jizz.
Yeah.
So I asked, I was like, I live kind of far, there's I'm supposed to do this at home, right? There's not supposed to go in. You don't have a room with dirty magazines there for me. Yeah, she's like, yeah, just do it. Get right in the car and come over.
Do it as you're running to the car.
So I'm ready. I set this, and nothing's more romantic to yourself than putting yourself on a quick time limit when you're
What are you going to edge all morning? Just get rid of it. You know what else also isn't romantic? Putting a big plastic cup up to your dick.
So I go, I have my stuff ready. I jump in the car. I'm driving. There's some traffic. I'm starting to sweat. I'm like, shit, I'm going to be even later. I get to the place. It's a big medical center. And so I go in one of the entrances and the woman's like, oh, you're at entrance A. You need to be at entrance D. And I was like, great. She's like, you can get in your car and go, or I can give you this map and it's about a half a mile away. And I was like, just give me the fucking map, I guess. I'm not going to go back to the parking garage. So I'm running through this medical center the Home Alone airport scene. Just flying, trying to I'm carrying a liver transplant that needs to be
a liver the patient needs this. Look
out. Driving down the street honking. I've got to come here. Get out of my way.
You get pulled over and they're like, oh, by all means, they give you a police escort to the hospital.
Get that, come to the lab, stat.
This man needs to bone without protection.
So running through the hospital, trying to get to this lab, and I do finally find it in time. And they're there's someone waiting there who's basically grabbing it and getting ready to test it right away. So it was a nerve-wracking experience. Did you guys, Geiger, you also had to do that, but Chad, you said you just dropped it off?
Yeah, well, okay. Okay, so I
Wait a minute. Look, guys, don't judge me. I jacked off right on the counter. I'm not gonna scoop it up.
I did it at in the lab's bathroom. And
did they tell you to do that?
No, they did not. They, I think, wanted me to do it at home, but okay. But if you'll recall, I had to do it like 3-4 times. Okay, because like they were still sperm seen all these times, and and I was worried about getting there in time.
Hang on, let me get this one thing straight first. Was this a single cell, like a single use bathroom, or was it? Okay.
This was a single use bathroom with a lock. So
like in a stall, and
I definitely had. So okay, and here's the thing: at the lab, like it's in the hospital, it's part of the hospital, and there's 2 bathrooms across the hall from each other, and one of them is on the exterior wall, and one of them is on the interior wall. And what I found out the first time I did it, when I went into the interior wall bathroom, is that my cell phone reception is not very good in that bathroom, and therefore it was hard to load some porn to watch. So the next
poke your head around the bathroom door. Can I get the Wi-Fi password?
So then on subsequent visits, I was making sure to try to do the exterior wall bathroom, just to make things go a little bit smoother. And also there was one time when I went up to the counter with the sample, and she's like, oh, when did you collect this? And I'm like, before I came here. And like,
it's all over your hands still. Not right now, that's for sure.
It's pretty warm still.
Why is all that hair on your palm?
So I definitely had to lie a little bit there about how recent the sample. And then there was another time, I think you mentioned this too, Geiger, that like one time you went and they were like, oh, the lab is closed for the day or something like that. So that also happened to me, where I went and they said that the lab was closed, but this was after, like, they gave me the like I had the sample cup, I filled it up in the bathroom, and I went in, they're like, oh, it's closed for the day or whatever. And I'm like, fuck, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, this stuff is still gold, you know? Like, it's
gold.
What do I
it's
do
gold,
with
Jerry?
and she's like, oh, well, there's another Kaiser like 20 minutes away, you know, like you can go there. Their lab is open for another few hours. And I'm like, is that going to be okay? Like, is the sample still good? And she's like, how old's the sample? And I'm like, like 15 minutes. So I ended up driving over to the other lab.
30 seconds.
So I ended up driving over to the other lab and dropping it off, and I made it in time. Like, they were like, oh, it's fine, it can last like 2 hours or something like that. But
wow. That's a heroin.
But in retrospect, probably should have done it at home.
Just a pro tip: use the bathroom on the outside wall. I thought you were going to say when you use the one on the interior wall, that so you found out someone heard you, like next in their office or something.
No, thick walls. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, good. All right, let's eat these Japanese snacks. We got 3 snacks. Rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. These are all from Japanese grocery store Mitsuwa. That is by Geiger and I. Let's start with the little cola can. This is the Mini Cola, and the company is Orion. So it's shaped like a can of cola, and it has a little pull tab, and then it's almost like half a Tic Tac size little pieces of candy in there.
Definitely seems like a blatant ripoff of like Coke branding, you know, like on the can with the red and white stripes.
It's kind of familiar. I feel like I've had something like this before.
I think the first time I went to Mitsuwa, I got some sort of cola candy from there. It wasn't this one, but I definitely know we've had a few cola candies. They aren't little tiny things like this. I like how this is kind of a pull tab, almost like a real Coke can.
I feel like they're very little, but this consistency is maybe
Mhm.
like sweet tartish. Do you taste a cola flavor, or is it just sugar?
No. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the
Kind of a little bit.
trying to figure out what the flavor is, but like there's a little bit of fruit in there or something. It feels like maybe I'm imagining that.
All right, Geiger. What do you think of these little cola candies?
I actually do kind of feel like they taste a little bit like soda. Maybe not like cola, but like there's like a fizziness. There's almost like something. Maybe it's like the artificial sweetener.
Yeah.
It kind of tastes like that first sip of a soda.
Like how they
And,
make
I think
bottle
they're-
caps, like a similar.
Yeah. And I think they're good. I like that they're little. You can pop a couple in. They don't take forever to eat, I would imagine. The flavor's nice. I mean, it's totally fake bullshit candy flavor, but like it's I liked it. I like these. I don't know why. Maybe I'm in the minority there, but I think they taste kind of good. So it makes me want to drink a soda now. Maybe it's all like mental, but I don't know. I like them.
Chad, you agree?
I can't say it makes me want to drink a soda. That seems strange. The flavor's okay, but I do wish it actually tasted. Maybe it tastes more like Ramune or one of these Japanese sodas or something, like maybe a lemon lime kind of soda. But it doesn't. I don't think it tastes anything like Coke or Pepsi. It's okay, but like I don't know. There's not much to the flavor besides just like that kind of weird generic sweetness. I don't think I would ever buy these again. They're all right and indifferent to that.
I agree with Geiger. There's something soda-ish about it, and it could be totally mental. Like if you package these in something else, maybe I would say I couldn't taste soda at all. But it's coming out of this little cola can, so my brain's thinking of it. I think it's kind of nice. It's a little unique little packaging, and the candy tastes decent. I'm going to give it a low level like that as well. So a couple of like that's and an indifferent. Pretty decent score. Definitely a score that could win in an ep like this. Next, let's go to this lemon gum. And Geiger, you don't have the full package, but it looks like this.
It's hilarious looking. That lemon is the funniest lemon of all time. This guy looks like super puckered face, sweat dripping down it.
Is this the first gum we've done as a snack?
I think we did like a bubble tape or something.
Mm-hmm. We did Big League Chew a long time ago.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Overtake Marukawa Lemon Gum. And they come in like little, it's like very much Bazooka Joe style pieces, individually little wrapped pieces. And about the size of Bazooka Joe gum.
I see why the lemon is making that face.
It is completely like a yellow, light yellow gum. Pre-chew. Whew.
Yeah, it really comes in.
Whoa.
Can't get the fucking thing out of here. Okay. It looks weird. It's like that dusty white. Is it hard? Or no?
I mean, it's gum.
Well, like when you get like baseball card gum that you're used to, and it was like that crappy, like super hard stick. Oh.
All right, Chad, you've had a little time with it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I am not a big gum guy in general. I pretty much never chew gum. I did when I was a kid, and then I don't know, just kind of fell out of favor with it. I am a big lemon guy, however, and it's one of my brands. And
That's right.
I also like sour things. Now, this is sour. Like, you know, like it comes at you. I can see why that lemon has that puckered face on the cover. But you know, after a little bit of chewing, the sourness kind of fades away. And then I think there's like a nice, pleasant, lemony aftertaste to it. As far as gum goes, I kind of like this one. I think it is actually weirdly tasty. I feel like I'm going to be alone on that. But I am going to give this a low level like that.
I think it delivered what it promised
Mm-hmm.
with this. And if you really like lemon flavor, like Chad, I could see that why he likes this. It's like the sourness of a beginning of a warhead, but the warhead kind of has that payoff with like the sweetness after that this doesn't have. But it does just become a very like decent flavored lemon after. It's not enough for me to say I like it though. I'm going to give it an indifferent to that. Geiger, what do you think?
It was very sour. I don't necessarily love super sour things. I'm sure everyone's going to love hearing me chomp on my gum in the microphone. I do like the flavor after it kind of fades, like that sharpness has gone away. I'll say this as gum. I think I need to chew it a while more because at first it's like that soft, mushy consistency, which I don't like in a gum. I think I'll rate this as indifferent to that. I mean, I would never chew it as gum. Like if I'm going to select it as a gum, I would never would. But it's not like bad or anything.
Okay, like a couple of difference, and the cola still slightly out ahead. We do have this pure sugarcane candy, which I did leave for last because it got rave reviews from the rest of my household. So
Wow. All right.
we'll
Means
see
nothing.
how it is. That's right.
Your wife
Your wife likes
like,
everything.
All right, it's time to head back to the field of science, learn about some interesting scientific studies that are being done. You're gonna get a chance to spend some of your hard-earned cash here to further these studies.
The science is weird.
Now, since you are so philanthropic, you will have to spend $1,000. Whether even if you don't agree with anything that's happening here, you'll be giving $1,000 to these studies, and $10,000 if you think it's really great. Okay, first one. We always start with animals. This time they're not giving an animal cocaine or anything, which is usually what's happening. But Geiger, you have a little background expertise in this field.
I do.
It says rhinos unable to find mates from outside have to resort to mating in their own gene pool. This, of course, leads to a lot of problems, none of which are good for the rhino population. So not good to have ancestral rhino love. Because of this, groups dedicated to preserving these majestic beasts have been shifting rhinos away from their families until they reach maturity so that they can reproduce outside the gene pool and prevent inbreeding. So when they transfer them, it's harmful to transfer rhinos on their side because the weight that's down in their organs. So after knocking them out, they hang them upside down by the feet, fly them to a new spot, and let them fuck there. So the first
Nothing makes
one,
you want to fuck like all the blood rushing to your head.
the first. Okay, so this study is taking a horny rhino, stopping him from fucking his relatives, and moving him across the Serengeti. So, Chad, what do you think?
Well, okay. I can see. Actually, this may be the least weird thing you've ever had in this segment. I think, like, it's actually like
there's a reason for it.
Yeah, that like I can see the purpose. I can see. Okay, that makes sense. Like, yeah, and okay, I get why you're hanging them upside down. Then like all these things kind of. Don't they lay on their side when they sleep, or like?
Don't know. I don't know.
Or just on their belly. Well, whatever. Anyways, maybe that part's the weird part of it. Is maybe they don't really need to be hanging them upside down. They just
the picture is hilarious of an upside down rhino hanging from like a helicopter.
Yeah. So I like this. I want to preserve the rhino population. It is rhinos are cool. I love seeing them at the zoo, and I know there's not a lot of them out there. So I am going to give this the full $10,000.
Wow. Geiger,
Yeah.
you saw some rhinos go at it. Do you know if they were in the same family? Or no?
I didn't get the family tree situation.
Mhm.
And look,
Were those rhinos saying incest is best? So put your rhino family to the test. Were they saying that?
yeah, they were chanting that as they fucked.
Mhm.
And then someone was like, I think those rhinos are related. And someone was like, hell yeah. I think I'm with Chad. Look, I want rhinos to exist for a long time.
Hell yeah.
And if the
Hot
gene
take.
pool gets all like we don't want like inbred rhinos, right?
Mhm.
That's not going to work. I've done the math
Mhm.
enough to know that inbred rhinos are bad.
Mhm.
So I think whatever amount of money we have to throw, I'm going to match Chad's donation. We got 20 grand
Wow.
to inbred rhino prevention helicopters.
Mhm.
So my hat's off to you,
This
Mr.
is the first ever
Scientist.
perfect score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, rhinos are cool,
Yeah.
man.
I only want them fucking
And-
the stepsister rhinos, not the real
That's right.
sister.
Rhino fuck stepmom. While dad is carried away in helicopter.
Rhino taught a lesson.
Okay, next one. Frederick Heusel ate items like glass, gravel, and other pieces of indigestible objects to see how long it would take to get them out of his system. He was nicknamed the human billy goat and was studied for how long it would take him to poop out these objects. Okay, Geiger, you're up first. We're gonna feed Frederick various inedible objects.
Okay.
Eat this glass, monkey.
See how
Oh, Mom, Dad, I got a job. Oh, what is it? It's in the field of science. Okay. Well,
it better be
What are you doing,
moving
son?
horny rhinos.
no, I applied for that, but the line was too long. No, I'm the guy that you're going to use to figure out how long it takes to pass a rubber band. Like, why do we need to know? You shouldn't be eating it. So okay, I swallow like staples. And then I go to the doctor and he's like, let me consult the chart. The Goisel chart. Where the fuck that is. Staples? Oh, well, roughly for your height and weight, it should be about 2 hours. It's like, what? Who gives a fuck?
2 hours.
It comes out when it
shit.
comes out.
Holy cow.
Well,
It's a staple. What do you-
It's a staple. It's going to get stuck in your esophagus. $1,000. This is useless.
Okay.
So what do they? So you eat something and then they just wait.
Yeah.
Like that's the experiment. Just stare at
And then
them.
you have to
give him a few
dig
grand
through
just
his
so he
shit.
can get a real meal for once.
I'm not paying this. I'm not. That's not my job. Go get a better job.
He's going to eat the $1,000 and then they'll measure how long it takes him to pass it out of his ass.
Chad, what do you think?
Yeah, this I think we've even talked about people like in some other segments that have eaten weird shit,
Like a world record of
world
eating a
record of
plane or
eating an
something.
airplane, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. Like that
Yeah.
stuff really grosses me out. Like I'm grossed out by people eating McDonald's, let alone eating like a metal can or whatever the fuck that they're not supposed to be eating.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, put real food in your body. This stuff always squeaks me out a lot. I'm actually with Geiger, $1,000. I hate this
Wow.
one.
Mhm.
We've got the two ends of the spectrum here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You can tell what we are in favor of.
I would rather rhinos fuck than watch a man shit.
All right. It's the third one. Researchers in the mid-1940s, so anytime something happens in the 40s, we've learned in these segments before that any science experiment like pre-1960 was them just fucking abusing people.
The older you go, the worse it gets, I think. It's like, yeah.
Frederick Goisel, brother of Thomas Goisel, stood in a room of professors, punched him in the ball sack to see how many punches it would take for his ball sack to fall off.
This one's not too far off.
Okay.
In the mid-1940s, studied the transmission of a stomach bug by having young men swallowed unfiltered stool suspension. So basically watered down shit.
Jesus, Novak, we're eating snacks on this fucking podcast. The fuck's
The
wrong
study
with
was
you?
done at the New York State Vocational Institution. The point was to see how well the disease spread that way compared to spraying the germs and having the subjects breathe it. Swallowing it, so here's what they found, that swallowing it was a much more effective way to spread the disease. So,
I mean, anybody who's watched Human Centipede could have told you that. Like, that's what they did, basically.
It's important for the public to know you're more likely to get ill from drinking someone's shit than having them cough on you. In case there was any wonder about that. All right. So,
man.
Yes, this all stemmed from the original research paper here. 2 girls, 1 COVID. All right.
I feel like, okay, part of me wants to give them the benefit of the doubt of like, all right, it was the 1940s, like everybody was a fucking dipshit. You know, like
the 1940s, everyone was drinking shit.
They actually had to talk to Andy Griffith to have him stop drinking shit on his TV show so kids wouldn't start picking it up.
Because, like, to me, this seems like the most obvious thing in the world, right? Like, when my kid is sick, if I share food with him, I am definitely getting sick, right? But, like, if he breathes on me, like, maybe I get sick, maybe I don't, you know, like, it seems so obvious. So maybe they were just dumb, and that's why they did. I guess I shouldn't say people were dumb back then. People are still dumb, but oh man, this is really nasty to just have a study where people eat shit. So I am going to go back one study to the what was the last one about, like, watching people
guys
shit?
Swallowing shit?
Yeah, and I am going to change that one.
They're both swallowing shit.
It wasn't about watching people shit. The guy can tell you if he shit glass. I don't know if you need to stare at it or not.
So I'm gonna.
I don't know. I might have shit glass. I just tore my asshole. So
I'm going to go back to the watching shit study, and I'm going to retroactively change that to $2,000 just so I can give this one $1,000.
Hoizel.
Yeah? Why are you so excited?
Hoizel's getting
Fuck
paid.
yeah, baby.
All right, Geiger, what do you think?
This is fucking nasty is what I think. This isn't science. All right. Look, back in the 1940s, they didn't know how a lot of things worked. My dad volunteered to be shot in the shoulder by a gun to see if it made a hole in his body. Like, what is the point of this? So, yes, obviously, drink shit, get sick. That's a pretty direct correlation. That's the
no one knew before that.
They didn't?
Started in the 40s, yeah. This study.
Pretty sure all the people that died at age 30 in medieval times kind of figured it out. Who is signing up to drink diluted shit? Like, who is
probably.
Well, that's me.
No,
I'm taking
it's
one
not
for
just
America.
that. It's like, all right, you're signing up to drink shit, and also you might get diseases from it.
You certainly will.
Yeah. Okay, this one's got Ebola. Who wants it? What the, no.
They did call this the stomach bug. So you're also signing up to get ill, at least.
Yeah, they called that. Weird. Every time they drink shit, they start throwing up. It must be a stomach bug. No, it's a turd.
Plus, in the 1940s, like, stomach bug was like 50% mortality rate. So
back in the 1930s, they kept chugging shit just because they thought that was what you were supposed to do. This is fucking gross. $1,000? I don't want anyone to do this.
All right. Here's the next one. Has nothing to do with shit. Okay, so do you know that they sent a record out into space in the 70s that just, like, was sent on a forever path?
Yeah.
They loaded it up with a bunch of music and sent it out into space in case aliens could somehow get it and they would understand what was going on Earth. So that is the study. And then when I was looking up studies, it was people naming off studies they remember. And this person says, sending record albums into deep space in hopes that ET will listen to the recordings and talk back to us. Thank you, Carl Sagan, for nothing. Horrible waste of tax dollars. Fuck you, Carl Sagan. So this thing was called the Voyager Golden Record. It had music from around the world.
Yeah.
Sent out into space. So Geiger, do you think it's a good idea?
I mean, no. Like, I don't like. Who cares? What is the point? Like, to see if an alien listens to like the Bee Gees or some shit? Like, I suppose they weren't around yet, but like,
Yeah,
I don't get it. Enlighten me.
Would you get it if the Bee Gees were around? Would
it make more sense to you
then?
Aliens have responded and said, we've got a first alien contact. It says Bee Gees or GTFO.
I guess I
Resurrect
just don't,
Andy Gibb.
Apparently these humans want to stay alive. I don't like, that's a lot of money to send a rocket off into space to like
Right.
put a record out there for what?
They'll understand us better if aliens get this.
They will?
If we get an alien record, right? Let's say we got an alien record, and they're like, from the Blorkob to the Glog.
To the sweat drips down my nog.
Y'all skeet. Those words are the same in alien language.
Yeah. WAP is actually the name of their president. They're like, yeah, I mean, like, so Meat Mop and Bleep Blorp are gonna like pick up this fucking shuttle and be like, put this thing on and like, Buffalo gals, why don't you come out tonight? Like, oh, okay. Well, now I understand. Apparently their fucking ear holes don't work because this is shit. The fucking no money. Why are we doing this? Like, I don't fucking understand.
It was actually launched in 1977, so probably the Bee Gees could have appeared.
They probably didn't play that song.
They probably didn't have Buffalo Gals.
Chad, what do you think?
I like this. I think this is good. I mean, like, whatever. Obviously, no aliens are ever going to find it, right? Because it'll take hundreds of thousands or millions of years to get to any planet that has aliens on it or whatever. But
the Buffalo Gals will all have long been dead by then.
The Buffalo Gals won't come out. Their grandkids, none of them are coming out tonight. They're all rotting in the ground. But it's, I mean, like, whatever. It's just a silly thing, but like, it's way better than like when Musk launched a car into space for no reason. You know what I mean? Remember that? Somehow.
Why can't they both be dumb?
Somehow now the least dumb thing he's done in like the last decade. I like little things like this. I think it's fun. They were probably shooting a rocket up there anyways, and it didn't cost them that much more to throw this thing out there. So
they were shooting a rocket up
like
there. We got this spare rocket in the back. We got to unload. So we got to make room for the new ones. Strap a CD of Elvis's greatest hits on there and throw it up in the fucking space.
This rocket expires in 78. Let's shoot a record up.
Now that's what I call music 10. Put it in there and send it out.
They sent some music back. Buffalo Gorg, won't you come out tonight? We
would like to meet Buffalo Gal. What? Excuse me? be your leader.
Take us
You
to
serenade her in
Buffalo
song.
Gal.
Take me to your Buffalo Gal.
Can she come out tonight? What? Who are you talking about? Oh, that's shit.
So I'm going to give this one $6,000.
Give us Buffalo Gal or we will destroy your blood.
God damn it.
Someone find a Buffalo Gal.
Will you take to the window to the wall?
We don't have a Buffalo Gal, but can I interest you in a tub girl?
Interest you.
She's currently conducting a 1940s test to see if she can get sick faster than most.
Picture the CIA knocking on Tub Girl's door. She opens it. What took you so long?
Just has a cigarette in her mouth. I'm ready for him.
Okay.
Oh, Tub Girl, won't you come out tonight?
Tub Girl. Tub Girl, won't you come out tonight?
Tub Girl, won't you come out tonight?
Okay. There's a bizarre gem of an experiment called the Three Christs of Ysplanti study that will pique your interest. In the late 1950s, the social psychologist Milton Roek decided to test the strength of self-delusion, so he gathered 3 patients, all of whom he believed that they were Jesus Christ, and put them in a room together. To see if the conflicting beliefs would cause them to question their own identities. Okay, so before I tell you what, you can probably guess what happened, but so the guy says, I'm going to put 3 Jesus Christs in one room and see what happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Christ Jesus.
So, Chad, what do you think? Is there some merit to this?
So the whole study is just 3 Jesuses, and then that's it? Like, you don't even...
He wanted to see these, like, clearly 3 guys who are delusional.
Yeah.
How they would act if other people also said they were Jesus, I guess.
Will they spontaneously reform the Holy Trinity or something between the 3 of them? What's happening here?
It says he expected when they were confronted with people who claimed the same divine identity, the patients would come to the realization that they could not all be the Messiah.
That was his expectation? That people would admit they were wrong? That's not how people act. People
it's like the three Spider-Man meme. They're all pointing at each other.
Yeah, we've got Jesus Christ Homecoming, Jesus Christ Far From Home, whatever the fuck the third one was, I forget.
Into the Christ-verse, I think.
Yeah, these are all multiverse Jesuses.
All right, so do you want to give any money to it?
I mean, this is another one where it's like very obvious what's going to happen. They're probably just all going to fight with each other. No one's going to... What if they like all suddenly multiplied bread together? And it's like, wow, I guess we're all Jesus. That could be it.
That's one possible outcome, I suppose.
This seems like a bad use of time and money, but at least they're not eating shit, so I will give it $3,000.
Okay.
3 Christs.
I will multiply this shit so that everyone can get sick.
Pretty Christ, all in a row.
Did you guys like...
Did
you guys like Christ Trinity Gauntlet? Do you remember when that movie? It's a Marvel joke. Never mind.
Did one Jesus built a house out of straw, and then one built one out of bricks, one of them out of hay?
Yep.
Do you think that's what happened?
Straw and hay are the same thing, but
What's
yeah,
the
I
other?
mean, I don't know. Sticks, I think.
Sticks. Okay, great.
And then Lucifer came and blew the house down.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they probably had like 2 Jesuses and maybe a Jesus.
Mhm.
I don't think. I think. I mean, honestly, if you gave me a choice of like eat a pencil eraser, drink liquid shit, or pretend to be Jesus for an hour, I would probably do that one.
I don't think they
Hey,
asked.
John
they
3:16.
I don't think they just found participants and asked them to all pretend they were Jesus.
So, bless you.
All right,
Bless you too.
I need the 3 of you to kind of Jesus it up a little bit for the next hour, if you don't mind.
Okay, now we're gonna nail you to the cross. Wait, what? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure if I was like trained in the sciences, there'd be some sort of like socio-political commentary about the pressures of whatever the fuck. This seems pretty dumb. I would say if Jesus was on Earth, he probably wouldn't participate in this dumb fucking experiment. No, cool. Yeah, no, you gotta vet me. I get it. I'll hang out with these other 2 fuckheads. So, I died for my sins. What'd you do? I played Call of Duty all last week. I would say...
Just say a fucking number.
$3,000.
Okay.
One for each Christ.
Okay. All right, 2 left. Advertised. Okay, this one's from 1918. So it's getting.
Yes.
If you thought the shit they did in 1940 was fucked up.
Okay, we had one guy get the plague and then shit into someone's mouth. Turns out the other guy got the plague.
As a cure for insanity and impotence, Dr. Brinkley's goat gonad gland graft was all the rage in 1918. For $700, Dr. Brinkley would graft a goat gonad into a patient as a cure for almost any ailment. From 1918 to 1930, troves of men were lining up to have the procedure done, which he advertised could increase, maintain, and strengthen masculine virility. It is said the operation was so popular that they earned millions of dollars a year. What was initially a joke with an impotent farmer, Dr. Brinkley transplanted the goat gonad into the farmer, and a year later, his wife gave birth to a healthy boy. Okay, so it worked. The farmer was impotent. He gave him a goat gonad. The last sentence says, Dr. Brinkley was a quack doctor. The goat gonad wasn't even attached inside the body, but just sewn under the skin of the scrotum. He had no accredited education as a physician and got his medical degree from a diploma mill. Okay, so Geiger. This is weird.
So you're telling me...
Weird.
I'm gonna go in 1918.
That's right.
In a time of really not very advanced medical science, right. I'm gonna have Dr. Quack split open my ball bag,
right?
Take out a ball and put in a goat ball and sew me back up.
No, he's not taking out your ball. He's sewing.
Oh, I'm keeping my ball.
He's sewing his ball below your balls.
But it's just loose in the ball bag, swinging around.
So I've got a ball hanging from my balls?
That's right. But it's going to cure any ailments. And Great Depression's coming up, so you don't really want to be spending your money on medical.
As everyone knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that the Great Depression was caused by people going bankrupt to afford goat gonad surgery.
Hey, you got your depression gonad sewn yet? You got that? You gotta go get that, boy.
The tycoons of the era were John D. Rockefeller and Dr. Goatsy. $1,000. This guy's a fucking asswipe. He's full of shit.
You think you was getting through the Great Depression with 2 gonads? Try again.
You gotta have that third gonad, and it's from a goat. Now get over here while I sew it in your balls. Don't worry, I'm not gonna attach it to anything.
That guy sounds like a doctor.
Just gonna be rolling around in there.
Is he a tobacco farmer or a doctor? What is this shit?
Yeah. All right, Chad, how much?
You gonna have 3 balls, just like we got 3 Jesuses over here. Call him the Father, the Son, and the Holy Goat Gonad.
When you get to them pearly gates, you got to have 1 gonad for each Jesus waiting for you.
And given the mortality rate of this surgery, you're gonna get there soon. Ain't that right, top girl? She's just blowing in the background, just shitting on
If the
herself.
upcoming Great Depression don't kill you, this gonad surgery certainly will.
He's just telling him, yep, you could die. It could happen.
I want to be very clear. You're probably not going to survive.
This diploma from a diploma mill, just so you know. I'm required to disclose that legally.
I like how there's diploma mills back there just printing out diplomas. Go in that doctor. Here you go.
All right, how much, Chad?
$1,000.
Okay, last one. All right, this one's got a little length to it, so stay with me. So do you know what? Do you know what pitch is? It says that it is a natural viscoelastic polymer that is derived from plants, and it is extremely viscous. It's 10,000 times more viscous than water, 100 times more viscous than honey. So it will not flow, and it looks like a solid.
Okay.
So, in 1927 in Australia, Professor Thomas Parnell set up an experiment to demonstrate that to his students that even though it appeared to be a solid, it was actually a liquid. So he placed the pitch material inside a funnel, and they were going to wait for it to drop. But they found out that in the past 93 years, they've still had it going, that it has produced only 9 drips in the 93 years. So basically, once a decade, this very solid liquid will produce 1 drop from the funnel. So it says in 1988, Professor John Maidstone was so close to become the first person to see the 7th drop fall, but he was out getting coffee, and when he returned, the drop had fallen. So sadly, Professor John passed in 2013, never having seen it drop. So it says after that drop, some video recording adjustments were put in, and there was something went wrong with the 9th drop. They're now currently waiting on the 10th drop, and there's recordings going around the clock. Nobody in the whole 93 years this has been going has seen 1 drop come from this thing, and apparently they're all getting really excited to see this thing make 1 drop of liquid. And you can actually watch a live stream of it. There's a live stream called like the pitch drop, where we could see this thing drop live. So
this is a drop for people whose balls never dropped, I think.
The thickest liquid in the world will create 1 drop every decade, and if you can see it, it's better than the Northern Lights on crack, I guess. I don't know.
This liquid is thick with 2 C's.
All right, Chad, what do you think? Is this a good, interesting experiment?
Okay. There is some scientific merit here that I can see, which is, trying to measure the viscosity of this, near solid. So I get it. I get where they're coming from. Man, it's experiments that take like so long like that, though. You're just kind of like, why? You know what I mean? Like, all right, we get it. It's like after like 1 or 2 drops, you're like, okay, yeah, it's like a liquid. We got it. Like, you can probably put this funnel away now. So go back about your life, do something meaningful instead of just watching for it to drop and then you drop into the grave.
There's a big thing on the homepage that says the 10th drop. The article says, certainly it may not be the best thing to watch on the internet and can be boring. No shit. Staring at a funnel.
For once a decade of drop.
It's weird that they couldn't you calculate it like from, like estimate it to the minute or something that it would drop, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know, I guess.
Some formula. Anyway, whatever, who cares? $5,000.
Geiger, you drop a lot more than once a decade, I know that.
Yeah, I drop. I'm constantly
just give this pitch.
I gotta drop pitch.
Give this pitch some milk. And it'll brown out that funnel.
Oh yeah. I almost blew a whole load of pitch into my pants the other day. No, yeah. In the immortal words of the aliens, when that pitch dropped down my balls, I'll bleep blurp, motherfucker.
Wait 10 years for that bitch to drop down your
balls. Oh, ski, motherfucker. Oh, 10 years, goddamn.
Little John's like, should we use pitch here? No, man, pitch drops slow as hell. Let's use sweat.
Also, man, like, I don't know how you get the pitch on your ball.
Haven't you seen pitchdrop.com? It's not going anytime soon. We got to use sweat.
Hey, little John, are you still watching the pitch drop? Yeah. That was a terrible Little John. Yeah, $4,000. Who gives a fuck?
Bring me your Buffalo Gals. The Buffalo Gal's dead, but we do have drop number 10 coming up if you want to come look at that.
That one had outro music? I didn't know that.
That was Buffalo Gals. All right. One snack left. It's the Ogontoh, the company, the Golden Drop Pure Cane Sugar Candy. And it is little wrapped up pieces of hard candy. I've never seen... I don't know if pure cane sugar candy exists here in the U.S. I've never seen it.
Yeah, here in the U.S. it's probably just pure corn syrup sugar. or pure corn syrup candy. Yeah, you can cut that.
This thing's harder than pitch.
Yeah. This is sweet AF.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch, please. Please drop.
I can't leave until you drop. When the pitch try to give it to you, drop it like it's hot. We have no fucking chance. But both add the word bitch and drop in it. That worked.
I'm trying to give this one a minute.
Blorp, bloop. Bleep, bleep, blorp, bloop.
Well,
it's the alien version of that song.
My family spoke highly of this.
And as we've learned again, never trust your family.
It does have like the basis of like a cotton candy-ish type of flavor, like just the pure sugarness of it. It's not bad. Doesn't taste bad in any way. Tastes like you're sucking on sugar.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to rate. I just don't think I'd come back to this because I want a little more flavor to something I'm eating. But I could see if you like hard candy, this could be something different and interesting than what we're used to having in the States. In this case, I'm just going to give it an indifferent to dat because to me it's very mid. So, Geiger, what do you think?
I don't understand the high praise this got from your family. It just tastes like sugar. There's nothing, and I'm not even a big honey guy. It's like tastes like a touch of honey, and it's like way too sweet. It's like way, way, way too sweet for me, and it would take forever to suck this thing. It's like super, like it's a real hard candy. So, just like that, I don't like it that much at all, actually.
It does look like the cola might win it here. Chad, what do you think?
This is not the ideal form factor for me. I've talked about hard candies are an uphill battle for me to begin with. There's something about the aftertaste here after I took it out of my mouth that is really unappealing to me. And you guys said it is so sweet. I could feel my teeth just getting cavities like every second that I had it in my mouth. The cavities were getting deeper. This I would never eat one of these again. This is a very strong, high level dislike to have from me.
Wow. The cola wins just barely, but we also thought the lemon gum was decent. But the cola with a couple of likes will take the episode. Geiger, where can the listeners contact us?
If you are a couple of Buffalo gals, your time will come when you need to protect America and the world.
The Night Watch.
Who watches the Buffalo Gals? If you ever had to like desperately sprint through town to deliver your cum, if you ever jacked off in a hospital, I guess, because you quote unquote had no other option. If
my cum flows like pitch, you need to take this sample now because I'm not going to be able to get another one.
You can only get your vasectomy has to be timed with once a decade event. If that's the case, I wouldn't worry about getting anyone pregnant.
10thdropshot.com is just a picture of me waiting to nut.
I bet you there would be some fucking freaks that would love that. This guy only nuts once every 10 years. He's just gooning until then. I'm going to go watch.
There's goat sperm scene. What's wrong with this? Well, let me tell you about a little operation I had.
If you've ever had to like eat a chopped up broom handle or something to see how long it would take to fart it out your colon, let us know at youtrydat@gmail.com. Don't let us know, but you can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. Let us know what you thought of our ratings. Suggest some snacks for us to try. Ask a question for the mailbag. If you do like the podcast, please let your friends and family know, and anyone you think would enjoy it. Maybe even your enemies. We'll take them all. And as always, thank you for listening.
Eat this goat ball. I want to see how long it takes you to shit it out.
Dr. Leghorn over there.
In one of our past weird, one or two of the other one time we did weird science, the doctor was like a Sigmund Freud voice. I shall sow the goat ball.
So you drink the shit, and we see if you get sick.
So you're telling me the Buffalo Gals will come out tonight? Is that what you're telling me?
Okay. Are these gals from Buffalo or are they female buffalo?
Okay, let's say you're gonna change your current job, and your job is now going to be watching the pitch. Okay, that's your entire job, watching the pitch, see if it falls. Your salary will be doubled. Okay, you don't get to, you can't go on your phone, can't read a book. You go in for your shift however much you currently work, let's just call it 9 to 5, just for the sake of the scenario. You're getting double pay. You must stare at the pitch 9 to 5. Would you take that career change?
So, but I mean, so I can't like look at my phone or read a book or
no,
like,
you
I
can't
have
miss
to
the
just,
job. Yeah,
that's I mean, that's impossible. Like, do I have to shit in a bucket because I can't leave my seat?
no, like if you get like a 15-minute break, like every like 2 hours or something.
Oh man, how terrible would that be if you spent like 8 hours a day or 24 hours a day minus like 3 breaks just to stare at this one fucking drop, and then it happens while you're shitting.
Yeah, really.
I mean, that's basically what happened to that guy, right? He went out to get coffee and then missed the 8th drop.
Right.
I would fall asleep, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be able to, or I'd go crazy just like from the monotony of it all. I couldn't imagine doing that.
Yeah, I could not.
I couldn't take it.
That's insane.
Not worth it.
No,
right.
Definitely not. Hard pass on that.
Yeah. Wait,
change.
so is there amount of money? Like, okay, you said double the salary. If is it like, set for life, as we used to say, or whatever? Like, do you think
there's an amount of money if I'm not committing to this for like a long-term contract, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's say I don't need to work the same number of years I plan to currently work. So like if the money is here's $20 million and I could do it for a year and then just be done working, right?
Yeah.
Then I would do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Worst year of your life.
I mean, yeah. It would be pretty fucking
unless it drops.
So can I not?
Oh, then it would be the most exciting year of your life. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I'd be a hero to 9 people.
And now you must sit there and wait for a drop 11.
No.
No. So I can't even like watch the Super Bowl.
How the fuck are you going to watch the Super Bowl when you're trying to see the pitch drop? You tell me that.
What's the stands vis-a-vis Super Bowl?
Well, you're only working
what if I
9 to 5. Like, you watch the Super Bowl now, you don't work on Sunday. You're working the hours you would currently be working.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Because you could miss the drop anyway then.
Yeah, you might miss it anyway,
that's
right?
All right.
You're just taking your turn at watching it.
Whew. The worst part would be like, because the worst part is
you're
like,
the most likely to take this.
Oh, I definitely would. But I like because my job is basically as excruciating as staring at the fucking pitch. But like, I would go home, like back home, and then be like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I stare at this pitch or whatever." And then I'd be like, "Yeah, you can look it online." And they'd be like, "Oh, I want to see it." And then like they're looking at it, and I have to show them, and I'm like, "I look at this fucking all day. I don't want to look at it with you."
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Stop showing me the pitch. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna clamor to see the pitch.
I don't want to look at it with you. You sound like a guy who's like fake bragging, like, yeah, I'm the pitch guy. Yeah, that's me.
So you only have to work your regular 9 to 5 hours, Geiger, but you're still not allowed to watch the Super Bowl.
But why? Okay, the one thing that prevents you from focusing on pitch is football fever. Okay,
you can't watch the Super Bowl because you're too busy drinking shit for science.
Yeah, that'd be a good loophole. Like I could get extra breaks by drinking shit and then making myself shit and be like, sorry, can't watch.
Yeah, you got the stomach bug. You're home. Can't watch the pitch.
I drank the pitch. You did what? Like I ruined it for everybody.
Eat the pitch and see how long it takes you to shit it out. We are waiting for this man to shit out the 10th drop.
Yeah, what's the chances you like knock the pitch over?
Oh my god. Oh my! Like, can you imagine if it was like dangling, like it's like doing the little like wobble, and then like someone like gets real close and they like fall over and like splatter it? Would they just draw and quarter the person right there? Do you think? Do they still do that?
Pitch is dangling like a third goat paw, ready to drop.
You really like this third goat paw. You're really, I think go back and give it $10,000.
That's just a bad idea. You've been getting a lot of colds like with having young kids and stuff. This might sounds like it could be a good cure.
Give me like 5-6 goat balls. Give me all the goat balls you have. I will.
If having a third goat ball was going to stop you from getting a cold for the rest of your life, you'll never get sick. You can still get like a deadly disease if you're getting like cancer or something.
Oh,
but,
great! Like infected.
So it's not going to turn you into like fucking Wolverine or something, but it's going to stop you from getting like normal illnesses.
All right, so if you get this third ball sack, you can't regenerate your skin, okay? However, no, I don't get sick that often anyway. I basically have the powers of third goat ball. I'm good.
Have fun with your sore throat there, old two ball.
Oh, got the sniffles? Cool.
So is this goat ball also going to give me adamantium claws? just asking. No, I mean, if the goat ball prevented illness, then my ball sack would look like a ball pit. There would be so many. There'd be toddlers jumping all over it.
It would look like one of those things where you can blow up like 15 water balloons at once. And they just all wobble.
Sir, do you have elephantiasis of your scrotum? Nah, I just got a bunch of goat balls so that I wouldn't get the sniffles every fall.
Bunch of fucking nutless goats in California wandering around hoping reap their harvest.
All right. That'll do for this time. We'll be back next time.
No, I've got more on goat balls.
Trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Yep.